Now, Joe Biden's border crisis is worsening by the day, frankly, by the hour. And what we are seeing playing out on the border is entirely self-inflicted, entirely a creation of Biden's open borders agenda and amnesty agenda. Just look at this. We're now learning tonight that the Biden administration reportedly has only expelled 13% of migrant families in the last week. And according to Axios, that means that just 13% of nearly 13,000 family members attempting to cross the U.S.-Mexico border illegally will return to Mexico between March 14th and March 21st, and that's under Title 42. Well, that's open borders, plain and simple. And, of course, Biden, the Democrats' destructive agenda, is on full display all across the board as the Biden team is now plotting to unveil yet another reckless spending package, this one with a price tag, get this, $3 trillion more on top of the $2 trillion they just spent. And that's expected to be packed with a lot of Green New Deal climate measures. And that's not all, because the efforts could also to give D.C. statehood, that appears to be gaining some steam among Democrats on Capitol Hill, which again would be nothing more than a blatant and shameless power grab to stack the Senate with 2 more Democratic senators. Here with reaction to all of this and much more, South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham. So let's get this straight. They're not following the laws that your branch, co-equal branch of government, passed on immigration. Now they want to bypass your branch as it comes to the issue of guns. Then they want D.C. statehood and Puerto Rico statehood because they think that'll give them 4 additional Democratic senators in perpetuity, and that means a majority in perpetuity. Your reaction?
Yeah, well, that's insane at multiple levels, but congratulations to Sarah Carter and your team. If this is proven to be true, and I have no doubt it is,
we've got the video.
Got a humanitarian.
Yeah.
Okay, all I can say is
I've got the letter.
3A. Well, let me tell you this. Pod 3A, according to your reporting, is supposed to hold 80 people. There were 694 children in Pod 3A being managed by 2 Border Patrol agents. God bless the Border Patrol. God bless the custom agents who are dealing with the Biden administration shit show at the border. I am going down with 18 senators Friday. And if I'm denied the ability to look into any place I want to go, we're going to shut the Senate down. Where are all the liberal hypocrites? Where's AOC? Where's Elizabeth Warren? Where's Vice President Harris, who basically protested outside of a facility in Homestead, Florida during the Trump years holding migrant children? So here's my message. President Biden, Vice President Harris, with all due respect, get off your ass and go to the border and look and see what you have caused by policies that will not work. Quit denying the obvious. This is not a crisis. It's beyond a crisis. It's a national security disaster in the making. It's an inhumane situation caused by bad policies. It will never change, President Biden, until you tell everybody to go home and stop releasing people into the United States. If you're not willing to do those 2 things, we'll have 1 million or 2 people at our border by June.
Senator, I wish I was wrong. I predicted that they, in fact, would implement the most radical agenda in history. I told you, and I told this audience, they would try to eliminate the legislative filibuster. Joe Biden said he now supports that. I talked about they would try to pack the courts. They now have a commission studying that very thing. I mentioned D.C., Puerto Rico statehood. That is also happening. I also predicted they'd rule by executive fiat. They want open borders. They want amnesty. So far, I'm 4 for 4, and 5 for 5 if you want to add they destroy the energy sector.
Right. Well, but let's not. This is big news. Can you imagine what would be happening tomorrow morning if you found these emails on President Trump's watch? Can you imagine the news tomorrow when you had 694 children in a pod meant for 80 people, managed by 2 Border Patrol agents? Can you imagine the problems with COVID that we're experiencing at the border? 14,000 unaccompanied children a month coming. Why? Because the first thing they did is decide to exempt unaccompanied children from Title 42 deportation. Word spread all over Central America. If a child makes it into America, they're going to stay in America. They're not going to be sent back. Word is now out all over Central America. The Remain in Mexico policy is being abolished. If you get to America, they're going to release you in America. They have created this problem because they changed policies that are working. Where are the liberals going to the border and looking at the kids like they did at Trump? All I can say is I'm going down with 18 senators. If they deny me the ability to go where I want to go and see what I want to see, we're going to shut the Senate down.
Our
They're not
cameras
going
will
to
be
get away
with
with
you.
this.
You're going. Senator Ted Cruz is going. You're going this Friday. We'll be there with you, and our cameras will be there. And I want to ask you this: if I don't want to hear any more lectures about mask wearing and social distancing after looking at these videos. Over nearly 900% over capacity here. They're literally sleeping on top of each other. And frankly, those plastic containers, those pods, are the new kids in cages. And maybe, Senator, you can please, because I've asked and I've been trying and we've had reporters try, can you see if maybe you can get inside the cargo shipping containers that they're also dumping kids in, the ones with the tiny window with bars on it? I'd like to see what those conditions look like.
I'd hate to be the guy that told me no. And it's not the Border Patrol agents. It's not the custom agents. They're doing a terrific job under terrible circumstances. President Biden needs to get to the border along with his vice president right now. You need to go to the border, Mr. President. Well, you need to take a good nap and get to the border.
Yeah, well, he's got to prepare most of the week for his big press conference on Thursday. He has finally had one agenda item today, just one agenda item.